I have been feverishly reblogging all the gift sets I can find of Moiraine and Siuan since I watched episode 6, where things took a turn for the very gay, and I have no regrets. I'm spoiling a fair bit, especially the gay stuff. Be warned. The Wheel of Time is an Amazon high fantasy TV show that is being adapted from a series of 14 books. Moiraine Damodred, played by the amazing Rosamund Pike, which you may also know from the movie earlier this year I Care a Lot, is a powerful Aes Sedai trained in the art of wielding the One Power. She and her warder, Lan, have been on a secret 20-year quest ever since the rebirth of the dragon that had been prophesized. The dragon was the person who had saved everyone from the breaking of the world by imprisoning the Dark One. The Dark One had caused a cataclysmic event that had seen men who could wield the One Power go insane with it, wreaking unimaginable chaos across the world. Some 3,000 years later, the world has still not recovered from it. The prophecy states that the dragon would either vanquish the darkness or join it, and Moiraine is set on ensuring that it's the former. In a remote village, she finds 5 young people who she believes could all be the dragon reborn, and with the Dark One's army on their tail, she sets off to take them to the White Tower, where her Aes Sedai sisters are based. You might be forgiven for believing that Moiraine was involved with her warder Lan, who is her protector, as it is revealed that they are bonded. It's an intimate connection between the pair which is described as closer than any other. It is a connection which the show takes great pains to show is so strong that if an Aes Sedai is killed, the warder loses the will to live. And while it is possible for Aes Sedai and warders to be lovers, it is not the case with Moiraine and Lan, which obviously is awesome for my gay self. And I also love the idea of a deep platonic intimacy between men and women, something which is far too rarely seen on screen. Moiraine, on her own, is such a delicious character, and I could watch her do pretty much anything on that show, so for it to turn sapphic is basically a wet dream. The first hint that it would go that way is when Moiraine, while deathly ill, whispers the name of Siuan, and upon their return to the White Tower, we discover that Siuan is the Amelin seat, which makes her the leader of the Aes Sedai. Perhaps you'll pick up on the gay vibe when Siuan sits down at the throne and Moiraine looks at her with a stricken look in her eye, a look that we begin to understand when that night she goes to her, and oh my, it's gay. Episode 6 is heavily focused on them, and through it, we discover what they've had to sacrifice in the name of saving the world, while also giving us a soulmate level love. More than that, it is also offering up a relationship that, for all that Siuan has the more powerful position between the two, in private, they are two equals who are sharing the heaviest of burdens, and there is something really beautiful about seeing these two women exist together amongst the complexities of the situation that they face. And if you like yourself some angst, this one has it in spades. For no sooner have they reunited after years apart that Moiraine has to leave again and seek out and destroy the Dark One with her charges, and it's uncertain when or if she will return, the heavy implication being that she won't. Although, in the most exquisite scene, as Siuan is forced to banish Moiraine from the White Tower, Moiraine changes the word of the oath of banishment she gives in just such a way that A, it sounds like wedding vows, I kid you not, B, it opens up the possibility that Siuan could very well have a way to save Moiraine. Whether that comes to pass, who knows, because while they were what was called in the book pillow friends, an intimate and often sexual relationship between young women who are training, it is not something that often graduates into adulthood, and in Moiraine and Siuan's case, it is not suggested that it does in the books. With this key divergence from the source material, I can only hope that they will also give us a resolution that won't see our ladies torn away from each other either. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, we have been given a leading queer protagonist of a major fantasy show who is clearly deeply in love with a woman, and even if we see no more of them together as Moiraine goes on her quest, I am a well-fed lesbian. Have you watched the show, and what do you think about this development? Comment below. If you like this type of content, like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Until next time, lady lovers.